Common is widely known as one of the industry's most infamous bachelors, often seen entangled with powerful and successful women. Tiffany Haddish received a word of caution from Wendy Williams' advice she would later understand all too well. Common seems to struggle when it comes to long-term commitment, often discarding women once he loses interest. But what exactly makes it hard for Common to settle down with a woman instead of treating them like temporary stand-ins? Over the years, he's been romantically tied to several high-profile women. His tendency to pursue influential and successful partners is well documented, with talks of marriage occasionally surfacing only to vanish as quickly as they appeared. He's amassed a lengthy list of notable ex's women he seemingly treats as stand-ins due to his inability to maintain a happy, healthy, long-term relationship. Common appears to find pleasure in treating these women as temporary companions. For those unfamiliar, Common has been romantically connected with several high-achieving women, including Serena Williams, Angela Rye, Erykah Badu, Tiffany Haddish, and Taraji P. Henson.
Yet, his romantic pattern with these women has followed a predictable cycle, drifting from one to the next like a bee moving between flowers. His string of relationships began in the late 90s with rapper Kim Jones. Though Jones kept their relationship under wraps, the two welcomed a child together in 1997. However, their breakup proved complex, leading to challenges in co-parenting. Soon after, Common moved on to artist Erykah Badu. The pair collaborated on several musical projects during their time together. But in the end, Badu turned the tables on him. According to Common, she ended things abruptly. "I was in my hotel room on tour, and she called me and said, 'Hey, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. I'm feeling someone else.'" Common would later reveal that Badu was his first true love and his first real heartbreak. Among all of Common's exes, Taraji P. Henson was reportedly his mother's favorite. Their relationship was kept largely private, with Taraji once calling it her last meaningful long-term romance. Still, it ended just as quietly and swiftly as it began. Taraji shared that her son, who was about 11 years old at the time of the breakup, felt deeply saddened by it. Between 2007 and 2010, Common was involved with Serena Williams in a relationship that remained mostly under the radar. Yet in 2014, he opened up, reflecting on his time with both Williams and Badu as defining parts of his romantic history.
It was perhaps the most serious relationship Common had as an adult, with him admitting that he could have seen himself marrying any one of these women. His romance with Angela Rye, which lasted from 2017 to 2018 with a brief rekindling in 2019, also ended just as quickly as it began. The key difference between this relationship and the rest was that the two simply wanted different things while Angela hoped for children. Common did not share that desire. This fundamental difference eventually led to their inevitable breakup. Common's most recent high-profile ex, Tiffany Haddish, began seeing him in 2019 after they co-starred in The Kitchen. What started as a professional connection slowly blossomed into something romantic, officially beginning in 2020 after they matched on Bumble. Tiffany spoke highly of their relationship, calling it, "hands down the best relationship I've ever been in." "Knock on wood," she added, describing herself as much happier and saying, "It's like knowing I've got somebody that cares about me, who really has my back. At least it feels like he does, and I love that. I love him." Tiffany also mentioned she had lost 20 pounds since they started dating, saying she felt more confident, though not because of him directly.
Common, for his part, expressed admiration for Tiffany during their time together, calling her a wonderful woman, a queen, and a beautiful person. In September 2021, Tiffany even shared her playful proposal fantasy on the Smartless podcast, saying she'd prefer an apartment building over a traditional engagement ring. Yet just 2 months after that lighthearted moment, the relationship came to an end. A source told People that their demanding schedules and constant travel made sustaining a serious relationship difficult. In hindsight, maybe the signs had been there all along, subtly revealed when Common first responded to Tiffany's unique proposal ideas. While Common called their relationship the most mature he'd ever experienced, he also admitted that their professional commitments made it tough to nurture their bond. He explained that both he and Tiffany were so focused on personal and career goals that it ended up depriving the relationship of attention. However, in 2023, Tiffany clarified the breakup in an interview with The Washington Post, stating that it wasn't as mutual as some might have thought. It was more of him saying, "I think this relationship has run its course," she explained. And I was like, okay, you're gonna be a 50-year-old single man. Okay. It became clear that while Tiffany had imagined a shared future, Common had a different vision, ultimately bringing their relationship to an abrupt and final close.
Reflecting on the breakup, Tiffany jokingly likened the experience to a childhood playdate. One moment you're having fun, and the next, your playmate has disappeared without a word. It didn't take long for hip-hop's Casanova to set his sights on a new potential love interest, Jennifer Hudson. Rumors of a budding romance between Common and Jennifer began swirling in 2022, ignited by their collaboration in the action thriller Breathe, where they portrayed a married couple. At first, Jennifer laughed off the speculation, telling Entertainment Tonight that people were simply crafting their own narratives. She explained they were just co-stars needing to grab a bite to eat between scenes. But the rumors gained traction when the two were later spotted together leaving Nabu in Malibu. The following month, Jennifer fanned the flames further with a touching birthday tribute on Instagram, calling Common one of the brightest lights, a legend in both Chicago and hip-hop. Her carefully phrased message neither confirmed nor denied the rumors, leaving fans wondering and speculating for over a year. Jennifer continued to play it cool. When questioned by TMZ in August 2023, she acknowledged that rumors tend to say a lot of things, but admitted that Common was, without a doubt, a beautiful man.
It wasn't until January 2024, during an episode of The Jennifer Hudson Show, that Common finally confirmed what many had already suspected. He gushed about Jennifer, calling her one of the most beautiful people he had ever met. He went on to praise her intelligence, deep faith, humble personality, and incredible talent, officially cementing their relationship in the public's eyes. Following a familiar pattern, Common spoke openly about how much he valued his relationship with Jennifer, describing it as a source of joy and deep fulfillment. He shared, "This relationship is a happy place for me. Seeing her happy truly makes me happy, so I'm extremely grateful. I thank God every single day, and I'm just letting God lead us." Adding a compelling twist to their love story, Common teased the possibility of a future together during an appearance on Today with Hoda and Jenna. He revealed that he now sees himself as someone capable of marriage and admitted that he might want to take that step someday. Reflecting on his own personal evolution, he said, "I feel like I've grown, and the work I've done on myself has shown me that I am a marrying type." This sentiment was echoed in a revealing interview on The Breakfast Club, where Common candidly shared that if he were to ever walk down the aisle, it would be with Jennifer. His openness about marriage sparked a wave of excitement online, with fans buzzing about the potential wedding. One fan noted, "Well, there it is, he said it. He wants to marry her. He's never said that about any other woman before."
Tiffany, Common's former partner, also weighed in with a heartfelt message, saying, "Exactly. I hope they actually get married." In that same Breakfast Club interview, Common admitted to recognizing a pattern in his own love life, saying he's more of a love addict than a sex addict. He confessed to being captivated by the initial thrill of pursuit, the excitement and passion at the beginning, rather than the reality of long-term commitment. The truth remains, relationships with Common often reach their expiration date. So the lingering question becomes, what do you think of Common referring to dating successful women as an art? We invite you to share your opinions down in the comments. Thank you for joining us on this journey through love, growth, and the intricate dance of romantic relationships.